We'll start with an opening statement from Coach and then go into questions.
Well, we had a couple players that were in sweats today, so I'm grateful that we don't have to put any other players in sweats. Nothing nothing season-ending, but definitely had a shorter bench, but it gave people like Fatu an opportunity to get out on the floor. And these games are very hard because it's not like it's one of those games where it's like a conference game or something. The players very educated on their opponent, and so you just ask them to be mature and work things through. And I thought in the third and fourth quarter, we were able to establish that and pull away by me shortening the bench a little bit.
When it comes to that, like I know you want to learn about bench depth, but usually kind of by choice. When you have to get into that, what is that going to teach you heading into just a couple weeks from now?
Well, here's the thing. Like, we have a lot of people that are trying to figure out their roles. I really like my first five. I even like Rich in there today. We held Tam out, so and it was really good to see Rich in there today and be productive and really work hard to be good defensively, because that's what we need from her. And she hadn't been playing well, so this was a really good game for her. We kept them to 0 points. I make a sub, and then all of a sudden they go on a 9-0 run. That's going to be a teachable moment for our team. Like, we can't make a sub and then the opponent has life. The pride that you have in coming off the bench has to be to maintain what's been going on, make it better if it has been bad. It's a very important role, and sometimes people just don't value it like they should, and so that's something that we have to get our bench to embrace and help us with.
What is the key to keeping the team focused during these non-conference games?
Well, we were fine, but this Christmas stuff, it gets rough. I just saw Duke lose to South Florida. I mean, South Florida's a good team, but isn't Duke like 6 or 9 in the country? Come on, but it happens. South Carolina it was a 12-point game at halftime. It's just very, very tough during this time because human nature, you got grandma saying she can't wait to see you. You got mom saying they can't wait to see you. It's just so much. You want to think about Christmas gifts. But I thought that Maddie and Kennedy's leadership today was incredible. In the locker room, I didn't have to say a word. They did a lot of the talking because the net still matters and how it looks still matters for us. And we're no longer trying to get into the tournament. If we're not in the tournament, I'll be shocked. So it's not for us. It's not about getting into the tournament. It's about seeding. And so we have to fight that because, we're not the sexy team. So everything we get, we're going to have to earn. And they knew that, and they were talking to the team about that. And that's why we were able to create some separation.
You got one more next Monday, but these 11 games, or however many games, how big has that been in Ciara's development and the confidence you're going to have for her heading from January?
Huge. I get a little teed off when I see articles written and they're not talking about her and how her being one of the top freshmen in the country. I think she's one of the top freshmen in the country. I mean, 50% from the three today. 4 steals, 7 rebounds. I mean, this kid, we miss Quee, but she came and filled that void right away. And her motor is even better and more active than Marquisha's. So, and she's a pup. She's a freshman. So these games have been very important to her. And I think she's just going to get better as she learns. When we get in conference, some of the things that maybe she's getting away with, maybe she doesn't. But every time we've played a P4 team, we've seen her just improve. So really looking forward to her and And she just plays hard every time she's on the floor. And as a fan, as a coach, you're grateful for that.
How have you seen her handle just everything? It's not like a freshman coming from a different state, and she had a lot to kind of transition to. How have you seen her handle that, just maturity-wise?
Great. I mean, she's been great, and I think our whole team, like the first time she got Freshman of the Week, we play UConn the next day, and they're giving it to her like, Sierra, win us the game. No, that's not her role. And I think as everyone is starting to figure out what their role is, and her understanding that she scores a certain type of way, it's been great for us because I saw her do a lot of mature things today. Like she had a shot, okay, let me make the pass. We hadn't gotten enough time off the clock, and then she was tired and she took that three, and then when she subbed out, before I could say anything, she said, I shouldn't have taken it because I was exhausted. Those are the things that's why I know what she's doing is working as far as like in the gym, developing, and just being coachable. I'm telling you, she is a joy to have on the team, and she is what we want Ole Miss women's basketball to look like as Maddie leaves. She's the future of the program.
You mentioned roles, and I know you talked about that a couple of weeks ago. In a perfect world, when does that get figured out, or is that a process for an entire season?
Well, I wrote it out for them, and so when y'all see me like snatch someone real quick, it's because they're not doing their role. Fatu had the shot open on the baseline. Everybody's telling her to shoot it. I said, Fatu, I promise you, even if you make that shot, that's not going to be the reason why I play you. You need to do your role. And she was plus 20 today. And for me, that was very encouraging, whether she made the shot or not. So they have to it's the buy-in part. They know it, but they got to buy in. Like we got KK Deans. KK Deans talented. Everybody knows that. But we're asking her to do something else. And so she has to come along because she is a very important piece for our success, and we need her to do so. So the more they buy into their roles, the more grace I give them. The less they buy into it, the quicker I am with a shorter leash, for sure.
More questions?
Happy holidays.